it the Cardinals carryover. After Wednesday's late loss, the Cubs find themselves struggling to score in this Crosstown Cup. But it's been smooth sailing for the White Sox here on the north side of town as Chris continued to put up the Ks. Today, Jake Arrieta looks to be the stopper again as the Cubs try to grab a little momentum heading to the All-Star break.
Right now from ABC 7 Chicago. Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7.
Welcome live to the greatest city in America and wonderful Wrigley Field on a spectacular day for baseball. For this afternoon, it's Game 3 of Round 1 of the Crosstown Cup. For the Cubs, though, it's been more like crosstown and down as they look to salvage the finale of this series against those White Sox before heading to midsummer vacation to appease all their fans. Hi, everybody. Marcia Greco live here at third base. Always great to be with you, especially for the second city rivalry. As usual, we'll kick it upstairs to Len and JD. They'll size up today's pitching matchup for you. Pretty interesting. Jose Quintana against Jake Arrieta. Jake just gets stronger every single outing, while Quintana, the best pitcher in baseball without run support, but the Sox have been getting runs of late. We'll also hear from Joe Madden and a special tribute to both Ernie Banks and Minnie Minoso. But first, boy, what is with this Cubs offense? Scoring one run in the first two games of the series is not going to get it. It's all about pitching and defense, but this is why Joe Madden is here, to carry this young club over these little speed bumps. What really irks the skipper, though, is the implication that players aren't giving their all the time.
When you're always talking about somebody raising their level of play, bothers me. I want that level all the time. I don't want you to have this switch, or some people have on and off switches, others have dimmer switches. Just leave it where it's supposed to be all the time. And then sometimes you may have your 100%, maybe you have all of this, maybe you don't, but you're still going to give that max moment. That's why I can't get caught up in that rhetoric. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's not how I approach the day.
Yeah, that reminds me, I got to get my dimmer switch fixed in a hurry. Well, Jake Arrieta looking to turn things around here on the north side. You're watching Cubs baseball exclusively here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
If you're ready for some family pool fun this summer but have questions, let the experts here at QCA Pools and Spas help you get started. If you're thinking about an in-ground pool, we'll design a pool that's perfect for your backyard. Or if you're thinking above ground, we'll help you choose from the size and shape that's best for your backyard. Our in-house installation experts have over 25 years of experience, ensuring you that the job will get done right. Get on the installation list now and be ready for summer fun at QCA Pools and Spas in Bettendorf.
Do you have unexpected bills? Need cash now? Let TitleMax turn your car title into cash. With competitive rates and quick approval, TitleMax gets you the cash you need when you need it. Most makes and models accepted. And TitleMax gets you the cash you need in as fast as 30 minutes. So if you need help paying your bills, bring your car title to TitleMax. And you too will say, I got my title back with TitleMax.
Live music is created every day at RME. The RME enjoys a unique niche in the Quad Cities and strives daily to maintain a vital presence through our mission as a nonprofit performing arts center, providing opportunities for the community to listen to, learn about, and play music.
This summer, you could win tickets every hour to concerts of your choice.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
But only with Pepsi.
Yes! Oh. At least your name's on the bottle. Do I look like a Larry to you?
Pop open music every hour with Pepsi. This summer, you could win tickets every hour to concerts of your choice. All right. But only with Pepsi.
You still got the polar bear?
Pop open music every hour with Pepsi.
Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC7 is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, located on the web at mbusa.com. By DeVry University, different on purpose. By American Family Insurance, insure carefully, dream fearlessly. By Dodge, born Dodge. And by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com.
And welcome back live to the friendly confines on just a wonderful summer afternoon. Took us a long time to be able to say that. By the way, Chicago Cubs baseball here on ABC7 is brought to you by the USO Barbecue and the CATA. Your local new car dealer does more than just sell cars. Next Saturday, July 18th, they're firing up the grill to host the USO Barbecue for the troops' fundraising events in support of local military and their families. Come on out to show your support. To find a USO Barbecue near you and make a donation, visit drivechicago.com or find Drive Chicago on Facebook. Well, you know, we had quite the pitching matchup yesterday. It certainly was hype. John Lester against Chris Sale, and I guess instead of working his way up to 98 during the course of the game, Sale just decided to come out and break the Jukes gun right away. With more on that, let's go back upstairs to JD and Len. Hey, guys.
Hey, Mark. Nice to talk to you. And you're right. Great day for baseball today. Wind blowing in just ever so slightly. Might be another pitcher's day. And it definitely was yesterday, particularly early on for Chris Sale. But let's talk about John Lester, JD. He had 2 bad innings. Other than that, he was very good.
Yeah, you know, the narrative surrounding John Lester is that it's been a disappointing year for him. And I get that to a degree, but he has really pitched well. Last 10 starts or so, he's been spot on. Got ambushed early yesterday, but other than that was really good. An error cost them late in the ball game, but the game essentially decided early on as they went double, triple, infield pulled in, single by Abreu to score 2 runs and provide that working margin for Chris Sale. After that first inning, John Lester really took control of the game, very efficient, pound the bottom of the strike zone like he typically does. So a solid effort for him yesterday, but unfortunately for John, Chris Sale was on the other side, and Sale was doing yesterday what he's been doing all year long. He punched out 10, and you're right, Mark, he did not ease into it. He came out of the chute throwing BBs, 99 miles an hour out of the gate for Chris Sale. The Cubs hitters overmatched pretty much all afternoon long. And it's not just the power fastball. We talk a lot about his slider, but he had an outstanding changeup in the game yesterday. And when he's got all 3 of those pitches working, pretty much no chance for the hitters, and that's why he's an all-star for the 4th consecutive year.
Yeah, he had 10 strikeouts, gave up just 1 run in 7+ innings. So that brings us to today's Cadillac pitching matchup. Left-hander Jose Quintana. I wouldn't say he's underrated according to White Sox fans, but he may be underrated around baseball. This guy's got about a 3.5 ERA, over 100 career starts, and we know about Jake Arrieta.
Yeah, Quintana, just 26 years of age, really knows how to pitch. Run support's been a big issue for him. He's rattled off 8 consecutive quality starts, but he only has 2 wins in that stretch. So, yeah, he's been on a nice roll. Jake Arrieta has been lights out last 5. He's pitched to a 202, and he's been really good after a loss.
So 3 walks here these last 5 starts, so the Cubs may have to be aggressive early. And for Jake Arrieta, 29 years old, made a good case for the All-Star team. He'll probably take the 4 days and have a nice rest, but he gets his 10th win today. That'll tie his career high already.
Yeah, he won 10 one season with Baltimore, got 10 with the Cubs last year. He has been the stopper. Following a loss this year, he's made 8 starts. He's 5-0 in those games with a 2.56 earned run average.
So you obviously don't want to get swept. The Cubs trying to end a 3-game losing streak. They want to go into the break feeling good about themselves. All in all, though, I think Joe Maddon is pretty happy with the way the first half has gone.
Yeah, you know, and Joe knows his club is going through a tough stretch. The Cubs are hitting .206 here in the month of July. They've only hit 5 home runs. That's last in baseball. So, he knows the bats have got to come around some. I'm sure he's thinking as long as his club continues to pitch this well, they're going to win their fair share of games.
Let's get the Mercedes keys to the game as we do wrap up this series and the first half.
Well, yeah, Jake and the Batman for 2 reasons. 1, you get to say Jake and the Batman. And 2, we just told you about Arrieta and how good he has been. He needs to step up today. The Batman refers to Anthony Rizzo. He had gone through a little bit of a downturn, but he's been really good lately. On base 5 times in this series. Be ready to hit. You alluded to it. Quintana hasn't walked anybody over his last 3 starts. Yeah, last time out, he threw strike 1 to 75% of the batters he faced, so be ready to hit.
Did you write that, Jake and the Batman?
Jake and the Batman, yeah. Sure, I was up all night thinking about that.
I'm sure you were. Mark, on that note, let's send it back to you.
All right, guys, thank you very much. He is a comedy writer supreme. Hey, do you think Ernie and Minnie would like to be playing in this one? More on Mr. Banks and Minoso coming on with Joe Cool as well. This is Cubs baseball on ABC 7.
Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7 is being brought to you by Marvel's Ant-Man. Starring Paul Rudd, Michael Douglas, Evangeline Lilly, Corey Stoll, Michael Pena, and T.I. Directed by Peyton Reed on July 17th, Heroes Don't Get Any Bigger. In theaters and IMAX 3D, July 17th.
Coming to River Bandits games. I love eating popcorn and watching baseball. And all those crazy, funny acts. But mostly, I like to play in the bounce house and ride cool rides like the Ferris wheel and the dropping twist. And if I do my chores, my dad even lets me stay up late and watch the fireworks.
Dylan, you missed the spot there.
Well, at least I don't have to clean the bathrooms.
The River Bandits at Modern Woodman Park.
Where the fun never stops.
3 LA ladies could not get a date until a day came that would alter their fate.
They're looking at us. In LA, they look past us.
They crashed in a place unlike any they'd been, where age doesn't matter and who cares if you're thin.
In Cleveland, everybody seems to think they can pull off wearing shorts.
Yes, Cleveland had all that these women could seek, and there you will find them 5 nights a week.
I get disgusting gestures 10 times a day. It is fantastic.
In Cleveland.
A full hour, weekdays at 4 on the Quad Cities CW.
We are the defiant.
The ones who defy history.
Defy family.
Defy death.
Gravity. The inner demons.
We defy weakness and wanderlust. We defy expectation and explanation.
We defy haters.
And heartbreak.
We defy bad luck.
And bad blood.
We defy to be ignored.
To be bored.
To be defined.
This is our purpose.
Our moment.
Our choice. Defy your world. Dare to live in ours.
This fall,
Josh Chan?
a new CW series.
Josh!
That's not about Josh.
Dude, we should hang out.
I haven't seen Josh yet.
What's the deal with you and Josh?
It's not about looking for Josh.
Do you know where he went, though? Because I'd love to,
It's not about obsessing over Josh.
You are obsessed with him.
It's definitely not about moving cross-country for Josh.
I did not move here because of Josh, because that would be crazy, and I am not crazy.
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Series premiere this fall on the Quad Cities CW.
On the next 2.5 Men.
Do any of you get up in the middle of the night to pee? Sometimes I don't even get up.
Welcome to Charlie's Celebrity Support Group.
Everything he does, I get blamed for. They find him tied to a street lamp in the middle of Wilshire Boulevard. It's my fault.
Now Helen's here to spill his guts.
All I ever wanted was his approval, and all I ever got was my underwear yanked up to the base of my skull. Come here, buddy.
2.5 Men.
Monday at 9 on the Quad Cities CW.
Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7 is being brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. By Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. By Toyota. See where Toyota takes you. Test drive one at your Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. And by the Bob LaCourcio Auto Group. You're going to like buying a car this way.
Back live at the ballpark. Give me some sunscreen. Wow. Tell you what, today the Cubs are going to be wearing their 1958 uniforms, and every single player is going to be sporting Ernie Banks number 14. Now the Sox are going to wear their 58 throwbacks as well. They will wear Minnie Minoso's number 9 when the crosstown shifts to the cell on August 14th. Those are some great looking shirts right there, and I'm sure they're for sale in the concession stand. You know, with Joe Madden, it's never just about baseball, right? So in his pregame news conference today, we just had to ask him what he was going to do during the All-Star break.
which listen, I just like to do nothing. I'm really good at doing nothing when I get that opportunity. Yeah, I'll do Netflix at night with The Office and watch a movie or two. I will watch the Home Run Derby now that the boys are in it. I will. There's no question I will. And I probably will tune into the game because they will play in the game, so I will. If you have guys involved, you do have a tendency to check in. I really want to see us spread it out. I mean, we need to spread it out to be really good. You can't. KB's not going to be there every night. You got to spread it out, man. You know, the old thing about different bus driver every night, I kind of love that when you have a different guy driving the bus. When a team's going really well, you always talk about every night there's a different hero. That's the kind of stuff you're looking for, because you don't want to just lay it on one guy, especially or two guys, especially that inexperienced. So for us to really get this thing done, we got to spread it out. We got to spread it out.
Yeah, Joe does have a lot of work to do in the second half, but you know he loves all of it. That's more baseball than I thought. I figured he'd be in the RV drinking beer and doing a little fishing. But anyway, now look, we all know Ernie said let's play 2, and I'm pretty sure that Minnie had to say let's play 5 decades. It's only fitting that during this crosstown that we once again honor Chicago's greatest baseball legends who will never be forgotten.
What a great thrill that was. Just tremendous. And as I was rounding the bases, I was thinking about all the people who have helped me become a Major League Baseball player, and of course playing here at Wrigley Field certainly has been a tremendous asset to my career.
Minnie Minoso looking for his first hit, a runner at first base, 2 out. That is a line single to left. Holy cow, listen to the crowd.
I give my life to the game. And I think the game gave me everything I am.
Cinnamilk. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Crave those crazy squares.
Cinnamilk.
This Monday.
The trick is incredibly dangerous.
Okay. How far will they go?
3, 2, 1.
To trick the masters of illusion.
Anybody here not fooled by that? That is the grail we're all looking for.
Penn and Teller, please.
Monday at 7 on the Quad Cities CW.
Y'all ready?
Monday.
Oh, you got to be crazy.
Cedric's Barber Battle. Monday on the Quad Cities CW.
This fall,
Josh Chan?
a new CW series.
Josh!
That's not about Josh.
Dude, we should hang out. I haven't seen Josh yet.
What's the deal with you and Josh?
It's not about looking for Josh.
Do you know where he went, though? Because I'd love to, like...
It's not about obsessing over Josh.
You are obsessed with him.
It's definitely not about moving cross-country for Josh.
I did not move here because of Josh, because that would be crazy, and I am not crazy.
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Series premiere this fall on the Quad Cities CW.
on the next 2.5 Men.
Do any of you get up in the middle of the night to pee? Sometimes I don't even get up.
Welcome to Charlie's Celebrity Support Group.
Everything he does, I get blamed for. They find him tied to a street lamp in the middle of Wilshire Boulevard. It's my fault.
Now Alan's here to spill his guts.
All I ever wanted was his approval, and all I ever got was my underwear yanked up to the base of my skull. Come here, buddy.
2.5 Men.
Monday at 9 in the Quad Cities CW.
Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7 is being brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. What a day to wrap up the first half. Perfect weather. Blue skies above, just some wispy clouds, wind slightly blowing in. And throwback day as the White Sox and Cubs honor Minnie Minoso and Ernie Banks throughout this season series. The Cubs today all wearing number 14, the 1958 home pinstripes. The White Sox wearing 1950s era road unis. They'll don number 9 to honor Minnie Minoso down on the south side in August. So it'll be Jake Arrieta looking for his 10th win. That would tie a career high, and we haven't even hit the All-Star break yet, although we will in a few hours. And here's the White Sox Southwest starting lineup. He'll face Eaton, Saladino, and Cabrera at the top. Garcia, LaRoche, Ramirez in the middle. LaRoche in for Jose Abreu today. Tyler Flowers has had a good series. So has Carlos Sanchez. And Jose Quintana, left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter, will hit ninth.
How about the Cubs defensively? It's brought to you by Toyota. Chris Canorfi, a third consecutive start out in left. Fowler center, Soler right, Bryant Castro, Russell Rizzo on the infield. Miguel Montero jammed his thumb, had to come out of the game yesterday. Taylor Teagarden took over, and he will get the start here this afternoon for Jake Arrieta, who has been the man. 9 up, 5 down, a 2.80 ERA. His last 4 starts, he's 3-0 with a 1.17 earned run average. In those 4 starts, he has struck out 25 while walking but 4.
Set the umpires for you. Mike Everett gets the plate. Crew chief Tom Hallion at first. Dan Bellino's at second. And Alfonso Marquez over at third. Cubs have dropped 3 straight after winning 7 of 9. The White Sox have won 4 straight and 9 of their last 11. Here we go. Arrieta to Eaton, who swings and fouls to get us started. First pitch weather brought to you by 4 Seasons Heating and Air Conditioning. For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons. 74 degrees. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
If baseball hadn't been invented, a day like today would have inspired it. This is perfect. Earlier in the week, it was supposed to be like upper 80s with thunderstorms today. We've caught a break.
The 0-2. Eaton swings and misses. Ball gets away from Teagarden. He'll get it to Rizzo. 1 out.
Fastball, changeup, curveball to put away Eaton. So Eaton attacked that first pitch fastball. We saw a lot of that in Arrieta's last start. He tends to be aggressive early. We'll see. And the White Sox are pretty much a free swinging bunch. They don't walk a lot.
Tyler Saladino has started at third, batted second all weekend. He got called up for the first time in his career on Friday, and yesterday in the very first inning, a game-winning RBI triple. Second major league game, first major league hit, extra base hit, RBI, and run all in 1 inning. Nothing but strikes early from Arrieta.
Yeah, this is a precarious situation for a hitter to fall 2 strikes to Arrieta. Now, you know, so many options for Jake.
Curve is inside, and it's 1-2. Really like these 1958 unis. Slightly off-white color with the blue pinstripes, and a very thin blue piping around the Cubs logo on the chest. Foul tip, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Arrieta.
Yeah, when he gets you down, he generally puts you away. Doesn't let Minnie off the hook. 0-2 curveball stayed inside. He comes back with the slider, perfectly placed just off the outside edge.
And switch hitting Melky Cabrera, 2 for 7 in the series. A walk, a stolen base, and a run. He's got a 10-game hitting streak. And he looks at a fastball at 96, strike 1.
I love the fact that the players are all going with the old school look with the pants and socks, too.
Yeah. Yep. We'll have more on Throwback Day, which has become a Major League staple, but it wasn't up until 25 years ago. And I think doing that, and the Cubs did it on every homestand last year, celebrating the 100th birthday of this ballpark. It fits here, doesn't it? You can really envision a game in 1958 today.
Yep.
Cabrera went. How about that start for Jake Arrieta? He missed the strike zone twice in the first inning. Strikes out the side, and the Cubs are coming up when we return.
QCA Pools and Spas manufactures and distributes 3 lines of infrared saunas. But did you know our patented TheraSauna is the only sauna that can make you healthier? TheraSauna's patented stable heat system keeps the heat at a constant temperature, which allows your body to absorb more far infrared and release toxins stored inside. This process can help reduce muscle spasms, inflammation, and help with blood circulation. Stop into QCA Pools and Spas and try the patented infrared TheraSauna, or visit therasauna.com.
Family Guy's been hacked.
What is this? What's going on?
And the family's freaking out.
What are we watching?
Every intimate detail.
Chris, our bath is ready.
I don't know what to do now.
Every embarrassing moment.
You know, Meg, I'd love to see you without your hat on. Okay.
Every compromising situation.
You look like garbage. What happened?
Tap into Family Guy. Viewer discretion advised.
Weekdays at 5:30 on the Quad Cities CW.
We are the defiant.
The ones who defy history.
Defy family.
Defy death.
Gravity. In our demons.
We defy weakness and wanderlust.
We defy expectation and explanation.
We defy haters.
And heartbreak.
We defy bad luck and bad blood.
We defy to be ignored.
To be bored.
To be defined. This is our purpose.
Our moment.
Our choice.
Defy your world. Dare to live in ours.
I know Scherzer can't.
Let's get into the Cubs Southwest starting lineup. Only 1 run so far in the series. Fowler, Rizzo, and Bryant. Anthony might have had his best day of the year last game yesterday against Chris Sale, of all people. Soler, Denorfia, Castro occupy the middle. Teagarden, Arrieta, and Russell at the bottom.
Check in on the White Sox, or maybe we won't check in on the White Sox.
We will at some point.
We will eventually, but we're going to play ball first.
Nope. All right, let's play ball. Jose Quintana. Dexter Fowler, first pitch swinging, and he lines one into center. Good start. First hit of the weekend.
Let's check out the White Sox defensively. It's brought to you by Nissan. Well, pretty much the same alignment we've seen each of the first 2 games of this series, except for at first base, where LaRoche gets a start in place of Abreu, and on the mound where Jose Quintana is the starting pitcher. They've played pretty solid defensively here in this series, especially the Friday game. The young lefty, 4-8, but he's pitched quite well. Run support's been a big issue. 3.69 ERA. He's rattled off 8 consecutive quality starts. Generally does a good job keeping the ball in the ballpark, although the home run number's up a little bit this year for him.
Big swing and a miss by Anthony Rizzo. Right after this game, he and Chris Bryant will head to Cincinnati. Home run derby tomorrow. Franklin Font, Cubs coach, will head with him, and he'll throw to Rizzo for the derby. Chris's dad, Mike Bryant, will throw to Chris, and then they'll participate in the big game on Tuesday. Got some late add-ons, and may have more as the day moves along, but Clayton Kershaw is in. Max Scherzer pitching today, so he is unavailable to work Tuesday. American League Hector Santiago replacing Sonny Gray. And Rizzo down 0-2, which hasn't been a huge problem for him. His on-base percentage this year against left-handers, .478. That is unheard of. It's #1 among all left-handed batters in a single season. We're only halfway through, but in the last decade, that ball driven the other way, hit well, but for an out.
Yeah, it's been an impressive show to watch him hit. The approach against lefties, the approach when he's down in the count. It's a thing of beauty. Quintana has got a fastball that'll max out around 94, but typically works right around 91, 92 miles an hour. Good curveball. A change up. He'll cut his fastball. And as we mentioned in the Mercedes keys to the game, be ready to hit. We saw Fowler attack first pitch. We saw Rizzo attack first pitch.
Fowler at first, 1 out. And Quintana will check on him. Futures game will happen today in Cincinnati. Cubs represented by Carl Edwards Jr., right-handed pitcher, and catcher Kyle Schwarber. Hit fair past a diving Saladino. Fowler to third. He'll be sent home. He will score. Not sure where the ball is. Is Bryant all the way to third with a triple? Boy, Cabrera had some trouble down there in the corner.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to be able to cut that ball off before it got all the way to the corner, but I'm guessing that's slipped under his glove or kicked past him. So we get a look here. A top spin, smash down the line. And Cabrera maybe anticipating that it would kick out to him. Got nothing. Boy, Arrieta comes out, sets the tone by striking out the side. The Cubs draw first blood here in the bottom of the first. The struggling offense needed a jump start, and they've gotten it.
So they've flipped the script. Today it's the White Sox bringing their infield in the first. That ball is into left on a broken bat. Jorge Soler knocks in Bryant. 2-0.
Well, and just as Abreu pushed that ground ball through the drawn-in infield softly, this is a cracked bat base hit, muscled into shallow left by Soler. I'd like to see a little more pace going down the first baseline.
Here's DeNorfia. Saladino even with the bag at third. Double play depth up the middle. Ball 1. 2-0. So the Cubs had 1 run in the first 2 games. 4 batters in. They've scored twice today. Quintana has been that guy for the White Sox the last couple of years. Gets very little run support. I know we both hate to project what a 9-inning game will look like based on the first, but you already mentioned Arrieta.
Right.
If that's the tone,
Well, that's why Robin had the infield pulled in, because Arrieta's pitching for the Cubs today. He knows runs are going to be hard to come by, or he expects that runs will be hard to come by. Well, you never know how a game's going to play out.
Yep.
But you make your decisions based on the likelihood of certain events. Fewer than 3 runs of support. Quintana 13 times. That has been the case for him.
Cubs made a move before the game because Miguel Montero, remember, yesterday left the game due to a jammed left thumb. David Ross activated off the concussion DL. And as a result, Mike Baxter had to be optioned to AAA Iowa. So Ross available off the bench today, but I would doubt he would be used unless in an emergency. He feels fine, by the way. The extra week or so here, the All-Star break, just kind of helps him get back to his baseline. But he's been cleared and would be able to participate if needed. It's Taylor Teagarden behind the plate. 3-2 on Denorfia. Goes the runner, ground ball to second. 4-6-3 double play, and that will end the inning. But the Cubs strike early. They get 2 off Quintana and lead 2-0 after 1.
The all-new 2014 Rancher and Foreman line. And introducing the remarkable new Pioneer 700s. For every challenge, there's a Honda. This Monday.
The trick is incredibly dangerous.
Okay. How far will they go?
3, 2, 1.
To trick the masters of illusion.
Anybody here not fooled by that? That is the grail we're all looking for.
Penn and Teller, please.
Monday at 7 on the Quad Cities CW.
Weird things in a nature documentary.
The rare Amazonian butterfly.
Oh! Whose line is it anyway? Monday in the Quad Cities CW.
We are the defiant.
The ones who defy history.
Defy family.
Defy death.
Gravity. The inner demons.
We defy weakness and wanderlust. We defy expectation and explanation.
We defy haters.
And heartbreak.
We defy bad luck and bad blood.
We defy to be ignored.
To be bored.
To be defined. This is our purpose.
Our moment.
Our choice.
Defy your world. Dare to live in ours.
So kind of neat. Yesterday represented the 25th anniversary of MLB's first ever Throwback Day. Just kind of feels like we've been doing this forever. That's not the case. These are 1917 replicas that the White Sox wore back in 1990, their final year at the old Comiskey Park. There's a great sportingnews.com piece that I tweeted earlier. And it was very novel the time they did it. And the idea credited to 15-year-old Ken Adams, the son of White Sox VP Chuck Adams. It was the day after the All-Star game in 1990, which was here at Wrigley Field. And it caught on. Everybody loved it. Fowler coming in, and he'll get Garcia. I think the Orioles did it the following year, and it's become a staple around baseball to honor each franchise's heritage.
It used to
throwback uniforms.
Used to be teams that have old-timers days. You don't see many of those anymore, but peek back into history with the old unis.
And to follow up on the Cubs unis today, and we got a great look at the progress of the home look from the 19-teens all the way up to current day. And as you see in the late 50s, they had the very current looking Cubs logo, the C with the UBS in the middle. But the biggest difference is that blue outline was very thin at the time. I guess it's like most people, right? Just kind of add a little as you go over the years. Add a little weight to it.
Hardly even noticeable.
I like these White Sox throwbacks. Simple. Classic. Adam LaRoche looks like a throwback. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Adam LaRoche is having a tough year. He's always been a slow starter, but he has not really gotten going at all here. As we move into the All-Star break, 225. He's just 4 out of his last 30.
Off the end of the bat, he pops it up. Castro, the only infielder over on that side, really battling the sun and right in front of DeNorfield. He makes the catch.
Hey, Cub fans, let's go. Summer is in full swing, and there's no time like the present to plan a game here at beautiful Wrigley Field. The Phillies, Rockies, Giants, and Brewers kick off the second half here at the friendly confines. Don't wait until the last minute. Secure your seats at Cubs.com. Do it today.
Now, Alexei Ramirez, 5 out of 10 lifetime against Arrieta.
Strike one and expand the game plan against Ramirez.
I don't know about you. I really like this time of the baseball season. There's a swing and a miss. We'll get into that a little more, but the All-Star festivities coming up. Start to get into trade deadline talk. And the pennant race is heating up. 2-0 early. Cubs lead.
Heyman's Westside Ace Hardware has multiple services to help you. From key cutting, pipe cutting and threading, sharpening services, paint mixing, and lamp repair. Services beyond the ordinary at Heyman's Westside Ace Hardware in Davenport.
The answer to treating your dog's fleas and ticks is staring you right in the face. NexGard from the makers of Frontline Plus. It's the only soft beef-flavored chew that kills both fleas and ticks. Vets recommend it, and dogs, well, they're begging for it. NexGard is for dogs only and hasn't been evaluated for use in pregnant, breeding, or lactating dogs. Reported side effects include vomiting, dry, flaky skin, diarrhea, lethargy, and lack of appetite. Used with caution in dogs with a history of seizures. Recommended by vets, loved by dogs. From the makers of Frontline Plus.
Discover marvels on the Mississippi River in the Quad Cities.
We support tourism and the Quad Cities Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Viewer discretion advised. Stewie tastes the sweet life.
Lois, I'm about to drink my first soda. Better come stop me. That must be the sugar. Oh, God, that's good. Rupert, suddenly I want to run. Chase me. Oh, now I'm sad.
Next, Family Guy.
Monday at 5:30 on the Quad Cities CW.
Heyman's Westside Ace Hardware has over 70 years of knowledge and can help you with all of your window needs. We can repair windows, screens, and thermopane windows. Services beyond the ordinary at Heyman's Westside Ace Hardware in Davenport.
This HD broadcast is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Starlin Castro hitting 6th in the lineup will lead off the Cubs' second. Scored the only Cubs run yesterday. Tough first half. Been a little better in the second half in his career. Saladino will throw him out. So anyway, I think July. Get into mid-July here again.
Yeah,
it's all about baseball.
Yeah, your baseball weather. The hockey's done. Basketball's done. Football's kind of off in the distance. Yeah, this is it. Baseball takes center stage. The Midsummer Classic.
You start to generally separate who's in, who's out, who sells, who buys.
Yeah,
we seem to take on more importance.
We use that metaphor of the baseball season being a marathon, and I don't know much about marathoning, but I'm guessing about the midway point, you get a sense of who the contenders are. Field starts to shake out.
Teagarden looks at a strike. He has homered off Quintana, 2 for 4 in his career. Taylor has 21 career homers, parts now of 8 major league seasons. All in the American League, except for 12 games with the Mets last year, 9, and 3 with the Cubs, not including today. Go to Texas and Baltimore. Bounced foul. I know we've had people tweeting us especially after the Montero injury, why is Carl Schwarber not here even when Ross was on the DL? Well, we talked about it when Kyle spent the week here in those American League ballparks. You're not going to bring him up here to sit the bench. That's number one. Until AAA season ends, he could be a bench guy in September, but not now. Secondly, is he ready to catch every day at the big league level? And I think right now the answer is no. He needs a little more experience.
Right.
We don't know the severity yet of the Montero injury, so if he ends up on the DL, we'll find out this week what the Cubs plan to do over the next week or so. But today it's Teagarden, and as we mentioned, in case he's needed, David Ross.
Yeah, and I have not been paying attention down at Iowa. I don't know if Schwarber's been playing any outfield or not. But that, he's such a mature young hitter, and the Cubs have really struggled to score runs. So that would be the other piece of the equation. If you could find at bats for him as an outfielder / part-time catcher at the big league level, maybe there's a fit there in the second half.
Yeah, and I think the tricky part about it, and as I look, he has only caught and DH'd so far this season.
Yeah,
is
so
weighing the needs of the big league team versus his development, right? Because he does need to catch if he wants to be a catcher moving forward.
Yeah,
I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, I think well, clearly that's the thinking from the organization standpoint, because he hasn't been playing any outfield. But I would be tempted to run him out there and just see how if he was comfortable, how he looked, and whether you thought he could play out there or not, because he would, for me, he would become an option in the second half to fill that role.
And then the other part of it is, if they did that, left field's been really good. Right field, Soler's playing every day. So if you thought about bringing Schwarber up here, the guy, I guess, you talk about maybe losing some time would be Fowler. But those are conversations for later. As Garcia makes the catch.
Don't forget to check out the Cubs blog on abc7.com, brought to you by Jeff Vukovich, your local nationwide agent, serving the area for 37 years. To join the nation, contact Jeff at jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side.
Arrieta, 3 for 36 on the year. 2 for 3 in his last start, and he's now 3 for his last 8. And Joe Madden was asked if Schwarber would be a possibility, assuming Montero would be out for any length of time. And Joe's quote to reporters today was, "Of course it could be. Right now we have not gotten to that point. Schwarber always a consideration for what we do in the future." I got that from Jesse Rogers' report, and we may talk to Jesse after the game. He would be on the field to do a potential post-game interview for us on the ESPN 1000. 2 balls, 2 strikes. If Arrieta gets on, it would be Addison Russell. Swing and a miss. Quintana goes 1-2-3 after giving up a couple in the first. Nice sunny day, a little warm in the bleachers. Get those misters out.
Live music is created every day at RME. The RME enjoys a unique niche in the Quad Cities and strives daily to maintain a vital presence through our mission as a nonprofit performing arts center, providing opportunities for the community to listen to, learn about, and play music.
Family Guy's been hacked.
What is this? What's going on?
And the family's freaking out.
What are we watching?
Every intimate detail.
Chris, our bath is ready.
I don't know what to do now.
Every embarrassing moment.
You know, Meg, I'd love to see you without your hat on. Okay.
Every compromising situation.
You look like garbage. What happened?
Tap into Family Guy. Viewer discretion advised.
Weekdays at 5:30 on the Quad Cities CW.
This fall,
Josh!
a new series that's not about looking for Josh.
I haven't seen Josh yet.
Not about obsessing over Josh.
What's the deal with you and Josh?
And definitely not about moving cross country for Josh.
I did not move here because of Josh, because that would be crazy, and I am not crazy.
Crazy ex-girlfriend.
This fall on the Quad Cities CW.
On the next 2.5 Men.
Do any of you get up in the middle of the night to pee? Sometimes I don't even get up.
Welcome to Charlie's Celebrity Support Group.
Everything he does, I get blamed for. They find him tied to a street lamp in the middle of Wilshire Boulevard. It's my fault.
Now Helen's here to spill his guts.
All I ever wanted was his approval, and all I ever got was my underwear yanked up to the base of my skull. Come here, buddy.
2.5 Men.
Monday at 9 on the Quad Cities CW. Hot in Cleveland. A full hour. Weekdays at 4 on the Quad Cities CW.
Glass Service Center in Rock Island. From rock chips to windshields for all your glass needs.
Marvel's Ant-Man, starring Paul Rudd, Michael Douglas, Evangeline Lilly, Corey Stoll, Michael Pena, and T.I. Directed by Peyton Reed on July 17th. Heroes don't get any bigger. In theaters and IMAX 3D, July 17th. Tyler Flowers has 3 hits and a couple of RBIs this weekend. He has bumped his average from 200 to 235 over his last 16 games. So he gets a start in all 3 this weekend. Former Cub Giovanni Soto on the bench. 1-1.
Yeah, those modern glasses are kind of incongruous with the throwback unis.
And incongruous is incongruous with most baseball broadcasts, but that's what makes you so great. I love the multi-syllabic analysis.
What's that? Like in the movies, there's a thing, right? When there's something that's out of time. There's
Anachronism?
A term for that. What is it?
An anachronism?
Yeah, there's another. There's like a very specific movie term.
Oh,
something happens and it doesn't fit the timeline of the movie.
I'm going to go with anachronism. You think there's a
there's another one. Yeah.
Okay. He got him.
This is abuse. What's going on right here?
7 batters in. They've all been retired. 5 on strikeouts.
Yeah, 5 punch-outs and a couple pop-ups. No chance.
Sanchez, the second baseman. So this is up to date. He's been terrific. Jake and the Batman. That's the term you used on our Keys to the Game.
Remember that show, Jake and the Fat Man, with William Conrad?
When I hear Fat Man, I think of the Goose Gossage round. Take it upstairs to the Fat Man, okay?
You're referencing George Steinbrenner?
Yeah. I'm sick of this blankety blank. There's the 2-1.
No,
just foul. I'll tell you, Sanchez with 2 hits similar to that already in this series. That would not have been fair.
Yeah, I said yesterday he'd used up all his karma, but I thought he was going to get another one.
Well, it would have been fair, but it wouldn't have been. Figuratively and literally. Well, Edwin letting everybody know that he was protected.
Yep.
2-2. We move on.
Yeah, because they're playing that game down there where they can't flinch. They don't move.
Oh.
Hit the chair. That's pretty bold.
3-2. Quintana on deck. Why do I have a feeling that'll show up on a highlight reel? Actually, I'm sure it'll show up in Mark Giangreco's 10 o'clock report tomorrow night, right?
Yeah,
It'll be like the kicker at the end. Mark, you have permission. Be careful, though. Sharply hit on the ground to Bryant. 8 up, 8 down for Arrieta. Here's Quintana.
This is the kind of start that we've gotten used to from Arrieta. He did it a bunch last year. Deep into games with no hits.
Continuity, is that the word you're thinking of?
No.
So what I'm getting on Twitter is either anachronism or continuity error. Well, if you think of it, let me know. You'll think of it like Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly. I'll shoot you a text. We'll be floating out the St. Lawrence River now.
And yes, JD has a cold. He's feeling better, but as you know, with a lot of those deals right at the very end, you sound the worst. But you're on the mend.
Trying to go deep, folks.
So is Jake Arrieta. 2-0 in the third.
Grab your friends and head over to Pints to watch any of your favorite sports teams. From college to professional sports, we've got you covered on any of our 11 TVs at Pints. Full-service bar and 20 beers on tap. Cheer on your team at Pints. Stop by Pints on Utica Ridge Road.
Some of us see camping as one of life's greatest pleasures. From fishing to sleeping under the stars to hiking or even cooking outside. Using quality equipment makes sure every moment will be memorable and fun. At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we understand. That's why we offer a huge selection of camping gear from top brands like Sun Dolphin, Camp Chef, Igloo, Buck Knives, Coleman, Frog Togs, Leatherman, and more. So make the great outdoors even more enjoyable with genuine value you can depend on from Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
The city is more than safe in your hands. All of your hands. think strong enough to live on past me.
Arrow. Wednesday at 7 on the Quad Cities CW.
This is a national health alert from Worldwide Medical. Are you on Medicare? And do you suffer from back or knee pain? Have you tried injections, pain pills, or even had or considered surgery? If these examples apply to you or a loved one in pain, stop. There is a better way. You could qualify to receive a pain-relieving back or knee brace at little or no cost to you. You'll receive free information, free delivery, and all the insurance paperwork is handled for free. Best of all, there is little to no cost to you for the braces. Call 1-800-437-6392 to get all the details. It takes just a couple of minutes. These amazing braces have helped thousands of people in severe pain, and you may qualify to have yours delivered directly to your door at little or no cost to you. Call 1-800-437-6392 right now. This may be the most important call you make all year. That's 800-437-6392. Call now.
Welcome back. Watch Chicago's #1 news, ABC 7 Eyewitness News in the mornings, weekdays 4:30 to 7 a.m. with Judy Sue and Terrell Brown.
Cubs trying to avoid the sweep and leading early 2-0. Jake Arrieta has given up no base runners through 3. Cubs got 2 off Jose Quintana. Signed originally with the Mets in 06. Released and then signed with the Yankees in 08. And then eventually signed with the White Sox prior to 2012. So this is already his 3rd organization, and it's worked out very nicely for him. His 105th career start. He's had an ERA of below 4 each of his 4 major league campaigns. 1 strike on Addison Russell.
The White Sox bought out some of his arbitration by signing into a 5-year deal covering 2014 through 18 plus 2 option years.
Russell held on appeal. Tom Hallion made the call at first. White Sox have pitched extremely well here as of late. That time he did go. Back-to-back strikeouts for Quintana. So coming into today, the Sox staff had gone 33 innings, allowing 1 run on 15 hits, and at one point had a shutout streak of 30 innings. That ended in the 7th inning yesterday. It was their longest since 1986. Starters with a sub-2 earned run average over the last 11 games. Quintana's already allowed 2. Well, one key to the offense's resurgence that hopefully will come right after the break, and looks like it might be starting today, is Dexter Fowler.
Yeah, well below his norm in terms of batting average and on base.
Toward the hole. Ramirez gets rid of it quickly. Safe at first. He's 2 for 2.
And not much of a chance for Ramirez with Fowler going down the line. He gets rid of it quickly, makes the safe play by trying to bounce it there. You could jump and try to heave it and maybe get a little more on the throw, but you would risk airmailing that throw. Ball kind of died in the grass on him on that bounce, and even with a strong throw, Fowler's probably going to beat it.
A shift against Rizzo. He lined hard to left his first time up. So yesterday, he went 2 for 3 with a walk off Chris Sale. And not too many of his teammates were doing much damage.
Yeah, and there might not be a tougher left-hander in the game to hang in there against with his stuff and the angles that he comes at you.
Almost a premeditated swing there. 2-1. The DeVry University league leaders. 29 games of at least 2 hits. Tied for second among all National League players.
3 of those coming in the last 5 games. Took a couple of big swings. Didn't get him. Now he'll go into 2-strike mode.
It's like tough to run on Quintana. That slide step. He's pretty darn quick to the plate. Ventura hoping this recent stretch bodes well after the break. White Sox still in last, although I guess technically tied for 4th with Cleveland. Both teams 3 games under 500. White Sox biggest problem when you look at their record is they're 10 under against their own division. They've got to be a lot better against the AL Central to get back in it. That hit Rizzo 19 times now he's been hit.
Quintana showing some frustration. That's the deal, man. He didn't try to get out of the way. It's always the fear when it's elbow, wrist, hand.
Two on for Chris Bryant. RBI triple in the first. Only one other Cub rookie has knocked in 50 before the All-Star break. That was Giovanni Soto, 2008. Billy Williams will join us in the 7th. He'll conduct the stretch today. He was a Rookie of the Year, so maybe we can get his thoughts on what it's like for some of these guys their first time around.
Quintana knows the way Arrieta's going along. There's very little room for error now. Down 2, couple men on with Bryant up there. Critical situation for the left-hander.
Bryant has shown Pretty good ability to bounce back. Had a tough day yesterday. 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. Key error in that game. So important, isn't it? Be able to bounce back. You're going to have bad days. You may have days that people just wince at and go, oh man, how's he going to bounce back from that? Well, you have to.
Yeah, short memory is key. You see guys walk around the clubhouse with t-shirts that say resilient on it. And that's a big part of this game. There's so much failure. We talk about it all the time. You have to learn how to deal with it.
Strike 3. Number 3 to the lefty Quintana. 2 outs.
Quintana's got right around league average strikeout rate. I think there's some deception in his delivery. A little kind of a short, quick arm stroke. And that fastball that's, 91, 92. He's able to slip it by hitters who, I think it was just a little late getting started.
Broken bat line drive single for Soler in the first as he drove in Bryant. Ryan Braun will replace Matt Holliday on the National League All-Star team. Holliday with the quad injury. Cardinals want to give him the break. One and one. Wild game in Pittsburgh late last night. The Pirates won the game in extras, 14 innings. Andrew McCutchen with the game-ending home run. So Pittsburgh within 3.5 of the St. Louis Cardinals. Old foul.
Yeah, closest anybody's been to the Cardinals since third week of May. The Pirates over the last month played the best baseball of anybody in the game.
A.J. Burnett homered last night. Bob LaCourcio, Auto Group, National League Central standings. I'm going to do the quick math, JD, and say no matter what happens today, the Cubs will be in third going into the break.
Good work.
Yep.
Good ciphering.
6.5 up on Cincinnati and 5.5 behind Pittsburgh. Wait, let me. Yeah, no, it's yep.
And one better than the Mets for that second wild card spot.
Yeah, only one up on the Mets, and they have a 5-3 lead in the 7th over the Diamondbacks. Swing and a miss, so Quintana first and second, 1 out, and he strikes out Bryant and Soler to get out of it.
This Monday.
The trick is incredibly dangerous.
Okay. How far will they go?
3, 2, 1.
To trick the masters of illusion.
Anybody here not fooled by that? That is the grail we're all looking for.
Penn and Teller Fools.
Monday at 7 on the Quad Cities CW.
Y'all ready?
Monday.
Oh, no. They got to be crazy.
Cedric's Barber Battle. Monday in the Quad Cities CW.
We are the defiant.
The ones who defy history.
Defy family.
Defy death.
Gravity. The inner demons.
We defy weakness and wanderlust.
We defy expectation and explanation.
We defy haters.
And heartbreak.
We defy bad luck.
And bad blood.
We defy to be ignored.
To be bored.
To be defined.
This is our purpose.
Our moment.
Our choice. Defy your world. Dare to live in ours.
On the next 2.5 Men.
Do any of you get up in the middle of the night to pee? Sometimes I don't even get up.
Welcome to Charlie's Celebrity Support Group.
Everything he does, I get blamed for. They find him tied to a street lamp in the middle of Wilshire Boulevard. It's my fault.
Now, Alan's here to spill his guts.
All I ever wanted was his approval, and all I ever got was my underwear yanked up to the base of my skull. Come here, buddy.
On 2.5 Men.
Monday at 9 in the Quad Cities CW.
Jake Arrieta back to work. Second time through the White Sox order. First time dominating. 6 strikeouts. 1 ground out. Infield pop. Outfield out in the air.
I'm surprised to see Eaton thinking about a bunt after the way he was abused by Arrieta first time around.
2-0. Missed again.
Time to recalibrate. Find that release point. Find the strike zone.
Eaton from Springfield, Ohio. And he takes a strike to Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. Former Diamondback. I'm going to have to ask for that bat.
You're going to need that. Take a look at our Xfinity pitch tracks. Eaton had a legitimate point.
Mike Everett back of the plate. Chopper to short.
Don't want to open the door. Nice job by Arrieta all the way back from 3-0. He did get a little break on the 3-1, but made a quality pitch there to get Eaton.
And the rookie Saladino.
Hey, that Met game you referenced earlier?
Yes.
Kirk Neuenhuis with 3 home runs and 3 at-bats.
How about that?
Yeah. I didn't even know he was back with the Mets.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Just a few days ago, was reacquired by New York. He had been with the Angels.
So let's see. Traded to the Angels late May. That's a base hit. First base runner for the White Sox comes here with 1 out in the 4th after 10 in a row went down to start the game. The Angels designated him for assignment, and then Mets got him back off waivers about a month ago. So Tyler Saladino with the first hit for the visitors. They're out there on the board going, we don't need any numbers today. Jake's pitching.
Yeah,
we're good. Take a break.
Thinking numbers. Saladino can run a little bit. 25 steals and 27 tries at AAA.
Pretty neat. The Cubs honoring Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks. Everybody wearing number 14. It is odd to see a Cubs pitcher wearing that particular number, though. Really to see anybody other than Ernie wearing it, but I know he would have gotten such a kick out of it. 1-1. He is here in spirit.
The first of his back-to-back MVP years.
58.
47 home runs that year to lead the league. Cabrera, 279 hitter as a left-handed batter. 60 points better than from the other side. Three of his 4 home runs have come as a left-handed batter. Hit 16 home runs last year for Toronto.
Hit the runner, it looked like.
Saladino worth keeping an eye on, not worth fretting over and losing your concentration with the hitter. Not the way Arrieta's going along here today.
Softly lined, caught by DeNorfia.
Hey, Cub fans, let's go. Come out and enjoy the new Budweiser bleachers. There's no experience quite like it. The combination of exciting Cubs baseball and our new bleacher experience will keep the Budweiser bleachers one of the hot spots for entertainment in Chicago. Visit Cubs.com/bleachers to buy tickets and learn more about the available spaces. Always a good time out there. Look at them. They're having a blast.
Well attended today and all weekend. Biggest crowd of the year yesterday. 41,596. Rolled toward right, but it'll be picked off by Addison Russell. So the White Sox get on the hit board, but still have not scored today. 2-0 Cubs.
This summer, you could win tickets every hour to concerts of your choice.
Awesome. Yeah.
But only with Pepsi.
Yes. Oh. At least your name's on the bottle. Do I look like a Larry to you?
Pop open music every hour with Pepsi.
Some of us see camping as one of life's greatest pleasures. From fishing to sleeping under the stars to hiking or even cooking outside. Using quality equipment makes sure every moment will be memorable and fun. At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we understand. That's why we offer a huge selection of camping gear from top brands like Sundolphin, Camp Chef, Igloo, Buck Knives, Coleman, Frog Togs, Leatherman, and more. So make the great outdoors even more enjoyable with genuine value you can depend on. From Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
If you want to shed the fat and sculpt your core to get those sexy toned abs of your dreams, then stop doing sit-ups. Say woo! And start dancing with Hip Hop Abs, the fun new ab sculpting system from Insanity creator Sean T.
I don't want you to ever get down on the floor to do crunches again. I'm gonna break it down so you burn the fat and sculpt those abs fast.
Just do Sean's easy-to-follow moves to work your upper abs, middle abs, lower abs, and obliques, all while you're dancing.
I went from a size 18 to a size 2. I have abs now. I've got a six-pack.
And now the complete $80 Hip Hop Abs system is 75% off. That's right, Hip Hop Abs is only $19.95. We'll even upgrade you to express shipping free. Get the complete Hip Hop Abs system for only $19.95.
Call 1-800-628-9407 or order online at gethiphopabs.com. That's 1-800-628-9407. Call now.
This summer, you could win tickets every hour to concerts of your choice. Right. But only with Pepsi.
You still got the polar bear?
Pop open music every hour with Pepsi.
Cubs baseball on ABC 7 is being brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Check out our exciting model lineup by visiting your local authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer or visit us today at MBUSA.com. Glad to have you with us as the Cubs look to finish the first half on a winning note. and go into the break at 47-40. Quintana's 0-1 to Norfia. Has popped into left, pretty deep, but very playable for Cabrera. This ball looked playable for a moment, and then it wasn't. Late last night in Pittsburgh.
The pitch. High fly ball to center field. It's hit pretty well toward the wall. Go! Oh, my God! Oh, my God! Andrew McCutcheon has won it. They're going crazy. The Pirates have won this game. And an incredible game. You can raise the Jolly Roger and call it maybe the best all time in Pittsburgh.
Greg Brown and Steve Blass. What a call.
Good
what
stuff,
a game.
Man.
What a finish.
Yeah, the Cardinals scored one in the top of the ninth to take the lead. And the Pirates tied it in the bottom, obviously. And then McCutcheon with the heroics.
I think they also took the lead in the 12th. The 10th, each team scored a run. Pirates tied it in the 8th, in the 10th, won it in the 14th. 5 strikeouts for Quintana. 2 down. Teagarden, the batter.
Yeah, that's developed into a pretty nice rivalry, too, the Pirates and the Cardinals. Well, Quintana, this is so similar to yesterday's game, where, you know, Lester got ambushed early and then settled in. Same thing has happened here for Quintana. Arrieta, like Sale yesterday, dominant throughout.
That is a very quick 1-2-3. Hit hard by Teagarden, but 4 and out. 4 in the books. 2-0 Cubs.
Cinnamon. Milk. Cinnamilk. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Crave those crazy squares.
Cinnamilk. 3 LA ladies could not get a date until a day came that would alter their fate.
They're looking at us. In LA, they look past us.
They crashed in a place unlike any they'd been, where age doesn't matter and who cares if you're thin.
In Cleveland, everybody seems to think they can pull off wearing shorts.
Yes, Cleveland had all that these women could seek, and there you will find them 5 nights a week.
I get disgusting gestures 10 times a day. It is fantastic.
In Cleveland.
A full hour, weekdays at 4 on the Quad Cities CW.
The city is more than safe in your hands. All of your hands.
You started something strong enough to live on past me.
Arrow. Wednesday at 7 on the Quad Cities CW.
This fall,
Josh Chan?
a new CW series.
Josh!
That's not about Josh.
Dude, we should hang out. I haven't seen Josh yet.
What's the deal with you and Josh?
It's not about looking for Josh.
You know where he went, though? Because I'd love to,
It's not about obsessing over Josh.
You are obsessed with him.
It's definitely not about moving cross country for Josh.
I did not move here because of Josh, because that would be crazy, and I am not crazy.
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Series premiere this fall on the Quad Cities CW.
3 LA ladies could not get a date till they crashed in a place that would alter their fate.
Cleveland!
Hot in Cleveland.
Weekdays at 4 on the Quad Cities CW.
Glass Service Center in Rock Island. From rock chips to windshields for all your glass needs.
Watch Chicago's #1 news, ABC 7 Eyewitness News, weeknights at 10 with Ron Majors, Kathy Brock, Cheryl Burton, Jerry Taft, and Mark Giangreco.
JD, did you like my Alan Krzyzewski?
That was good. You nailed it. You've been working on it, and you absolutely nailed it.
Did he do it pretty good?
Yeah.
I thought he did.
Great to
Great
have
to be
you
with you guys.
today.
Thanks so much.
Hey,
Great, man. Great
Good
to
to
be
see
with you, man. What a great day you've got here today, huh?
Beautiful day. This, as JD said, if baseball hadn't been invented before today, you'd want a sport like it on an afternoon like this. Quick out. Arrieta's been terrific as he gets Adam LaRose. So you were recently in Rome.
Yeah, I was. We were there for the Pope Francis meeting Archbishop Blaise Supich for the first time. It was quite an experience. Always great to be there, of course. Not quite as good as being here at Wrigley, but close to it.
Yeah, people call this a shrine, a cathedral.
There you go.
At St. Peter's Basilica there on St. Peter's Square. they've done a lot of work of construction around there too. It's looking great right now for tourists.
Maybe we can nickname Joe Madden the Pontiff. The Pontiff of Wrigley Field.
Some might like to.
Want to know the count? Alexei Ramirez. So I think you have like the best shift, right? The late afternoon, you still get some of your day. I know it's tough for, you know, for Mark and Jim's working the nights to get out to the ballpark and the like, but you've been doing that shift for a long time.
It's been a while doing the 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock newscasts Monday through Friday primarily. And you're right. It's a good gig. This is a good gig too, but that's a good gig as well. And no, it's great for being home in the evening with the family. Have 3 kids, most of them growing up now, of course. But
have you ever done the morning shift?
Oh, sure. Did it for 10 years. Yeah, going back into the early 1990s. Yeah. Jerry Taft and myself, and then Kathy Brock joined us with Roz Barrett. We were there for a long time.
Yeah, getting up at 2 in the morning doesn't really work for me. But
no, the rest of the family says, hey, we're not on your schedule. You got to figure this out, right?
Hey, it's noon. Let's go somewhere. I just got home. Tyler Flowers with 2 outs. And quickly 2 strikes. Well, Jake has been on his game. Flowers not too thrilled maybe with that call. Sanchez on deck.
They got him to chase that slider off the plate last time. That time he goes high heater. It's a tough feeling for a hitter when you fall down on the count. No balls, 2 strikes against a guy like Arrieta. He has so many weapons. You could just go into protect mode and hope he makes a mistake. If he makes his pitch, you pretty much have no chance.
Not making many today. That's for sure.
No, man, he's been spot on.
Going for the curveball on the ground. A 7-pitch 1-2-3.
There you go.
Hang for a few more minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alan Krzyzewski with us. It is 2-0 Cubs in the 5th.
We are the defiant.
The ones who defy history.
Defy family.
Defy death.
Gravity. The inner demons.
We defy weakness and wanderlust.
We defy expectation and explanation.
We defy haters.
And heartbreak.
We defy bad luck.
And bad blood.
We defy to be ignored. To be bored.
To be defined.
This is our purpose.
Our moment.
Our choice. Defy your world. Dare to live in ours.
Discover marvels on the Mississippi River in the Quad Cities.
We support tourism and the Quad Cities Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Homer has a head for boxing.
Stand there while your opponent gets exhausted from overpunching.
And this pudgy pugilist can sure take a punch.
When are you gonna fight back?
Never.
What are you gonna do?
Nothing. Will he be the next heavyweight champ?
I got nothing against him, but I'm definitely gonna make orphans of his children.
Or the fight game's great white dope.
Nothing to be worried about. Just
The Simpsons.
Monday at 5 on the Quad Cities CW.
Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7 is being brought to you by the Bob LaCourcio Auto Group. You're going to like buying a car this way. Cubs lead here in the series finale 2-0. Got their runs in the opening inning. White Sox winning the first 2 games by a combined 6-1. So the pitching has definitely been better than the offense for the most part this weekend. It'll be pitcher versus pitcher here. Quintana to Arrieta. We're with Alan Krzyzewski, and I see you did a little weather early in your career, right?
I did, yeah.
Sports? How'd
when
you
I first
do in the weather?
You know, you're willing to do anything. Whenever they say, would you like a job? I said, yeah. Even did a little sports. I was telling JD, did a little AAA ball in Elmira, New York one time. Just called the game. I had no idea what I was doing. You know, seriously.
Join the club. We don't know what we're doing either.
But somehow you fake it, right, along the way. And I remember Joe Pepitone was there that day. Boy, what a story that guy can tell. My goodness. That was after his career, of course, with the Yanks and the Cubs and done at Atlanta. But
swing and a miss. 0-2 on Arrieta. Well, I'm sure there are some young aspiring broadcasters watching, and I guess the advice I would give them, and you can attest because you just said it, is do everything you can, even if you're bad at it. Talk shows, anchoring, reporting.
That's right. Even if you're bad at it, that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
But I mean, early in your career is Arrieta.
Oh, there you go.
Pumps one to deep left. Gone. How about that? On an 0-2 offering, his first career home run.
Wow. Having a day on the mound and a day at bat.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. And I talked to him very early in the year about his hitting, and I said, you're going to go deep this year, aren't you? And he said, absolutely. He's been waiting for this one. It's our Toyota home run cam. He explodes through that Quintana fastball. Good short, compact stroke. Old school uni, pitching a shutout, hitting home runs. Have a day, Jake Arrieta.
First home run as a professional. Never went deep even in the minor leagues. Well, that was a no-doubter. Cabrera basically didn't move on it. Is that the first homer of the weekend? It is, isn't it?
Yep. That's only the 6th home run for the Cubs this month.
Boy, that puts it in perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah, they just haven't been scoring runs.
Well, what a day they're having today so far.
One and two on Addison Russell. Cubs now lead 3-0. Anyway, to get back to the point, Alan, I did a lot of stuff early in my broadcasting career that I wasn't good at and I didn't like.
Right.
But now that I look back, I think all of it, especially the stuff I didn't like, has helped me in my current job.
Isn't it true? Like I tell young people all the time, it's just as important for you to know what you don't like to do as it is to what you're really enjoying. Obviously, eventually, you want to find out what you really enjoy and get a chance to do that full time. But when you're starting out, you know, like you guys, just the versatility is a wonderful thing. Somebody gives you an opportunity, you run for it, you grab it, and you do the best you can.
Absolutely. Yep. Been away 3-2.
And my first gig was in high school, working for the school newspaper, and then working for the little local village newspaper. And one of the very first assignments they gave me was to call a family of there had been like a murder victim somewhere in New Orleans that was related to somebody in our hometown. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. So yeah, I found out what I couldn't do and didn't want to do early on.
Yep, absolutely. So one out as Russell flies to Eaton, and that will bring up Dexter Fowler.
So I'd be happy to write the press release about the upcoming donkey basketball game at the local gymnasium.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Give me something uplifting and fun, right? Yeah. Exactly.
So, okay, you've had a long career. Stuff breaks at any time of the day. What's the most memorable day or week you've had where all of a sudden breaking news happens, you're without a script, and you just got to go on?
Oh my goodness, you know, it happens all the time, and now it seems like we're in a cycle where it happens almost every single week. You know, whether it's even most recently, I'm immediately thinking of the tornado that came through Coal City, and then of course that we had back back in that November tornado, the twisters in Diamond, and also down in Washington, Illinois. But it could be anything, you know, whether it's a top public official with a health issue. My goodness, to be here, go way back in time here a little bit to the passing of Mayor Harold Washington and our coverage of that at that time. But that's part of what it's all about, is having that ability to quickly collect your thoughts and collect the information as fast as we can. You want to be right, obviously. You got to be accurate, and then of course get it to the people as quickly as possible so they know what's going on.
Fowler strikes out. Yeah, we have somewhat of a script. You know what you're going to do in the open before a game, but we really try to let the game dictate what we do, and you have an idea of what your newscast is going to look like, but you have to always be ready to react, and that's where all that experience comes in.
Go with the flow, right. Yep. Sometimes you have something planned, and you say, I'm throwing that all out. It doesn't make any sense to be talking about that anymore. We've got a bigger story right here.
Anthony Rizzo has lined out and been hit by a pitch. And he pops in the shallow left. Cabrera still on the move, gets there. Alan, thanks for dropping by. We enjoyed it.
Guys, pleasure to be with you. Len, JD, thanks so much for having me here. Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Sure. You too.
It's a great weekend here. Enjoy it, everybody.
3-0 Cubs after 5.
Some of us see camping as one of life's greatest pleasures. From fishing to sleeping under the stars to hiking or even cooking outside. Using quality equipment makes sure every moment will be memorable and fun. At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we understand. That's why we offer a huge selection of camping gear from top brands like Sun Dolphin, Camp Chef, Igloo, Buck Knives, Coleman, Frog Togs, Leatherman, and more. So make the great outdoors even more enjoyable with genuine value you can depend on from Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
This fall,
Josh Chan?
a new CW series.
Josh!
That's not about Josh.
Dude, we should hang out. I haven't seen Josh yet.
What's the deal with you and Josh? It's not about looking for Josh.
Do you know where he went, though? Because I'd love to, like...
It's not about obsessing over Josh.
You are obsessed with him.
It's definitely not about moving cross-country for Josh.
I did not move here because of Josh, because that would be crazy, and I am not crazy.
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Series premiere this fall on the Quad Cities CW. Viewer discretion advised. Stewie tastes the sweet life.
Lois, I'm about to drink my first soda. Better come stop me. That must be the sugar. Oh, God, that's good. Rupert, suddenly I want to run. Chase me. Oh, now I'm sad.
Next, Family Guy. Monday at 5:30 on the Quad Cities CW.
So Jake Arrieta has as many hits today as the White Sox. Home run making it 3-0. And he'll face 8, 9, and 1. Comes his 2-0. It's in there at the knees. One of the last Cubs pitchers to get to 10 wins before the break. Zambrano and Dempster in 08. Z did it in 07. John Lieber, the Cubs' last 20-game winner. Opposite field should be a couple for Sanchez. And he races into second with a 2-bagger. Leadoff double here in the 6th.
Well, I'll tell you one thing we know for sure. You're not going to put a pull shift on for Sanchez. It's a lot of balls the other way. Well played out there by Denorfia. Made it a little closer at second base than I thought he would. And a leadoff double for the White Sox as they try to get a little something going here against Arrieta.
Quintana struck out in the 3rd. His job now is to get that guy to 3rd. Squaring early. And he missed it.
Joe McEwing, third base coach, going to get in his ear a little bit here and maybe tell him, look, if Rizzo's going to play that aggressively, go ahead and pull it back and try to slap it by him.
Yeah, because in the end, if you bunt it right to Rizzo and he gets the guy at 3rd and you end up being the pitcher running at 1st, that's worse than a strikeout.
Yeah, that's going backwards, yeah.
few shout-outs today before the break. Happy birthday to Vito Birdie, Westchester, Illinois. So lifelong Cub fan Sonia Rodriguez. Happy birthday. Well, that will get it done. It will not be a sacrifice. Runner at third, one out. The Cubs did get the home run ball. Travis Wood delivered it to the dugout. Jason Hamill will
the obligatory fake toss into the stands.
And congrats to James Russell's dad, Jeff Russell, last night inducted into the Texas Rangers Hall of Fame. Had a great ceremony. Jeff was there in Arlington. He went in with Juan Gonzalez.
Igor.
Gonzalez was unable to attend after the death of his mom in Puerto Rico, but Jeff Russell was very touched by it. And I know James very proud of his pop.
Yeah, Jeff made a couple all-star teams, led the league in saves one year.
Also want to send out congrats. A couple of big Cub fans, Lisa McGalla, Matt Verdun, on their engagement. Or Verdun. Congrats, Lisa and Matt. That's a strike. 2-1.
Cubs have a 3-run lead. They'll concede a run on a ground ball, so the infield back. That makes Eaton's job a little bit easier. Just trying to use the big part of the yard. Middle of the diamond should get them on the board.
Bunted, and that will get the White Sox on the board. They do get Eaton, however, at first. So that'll be a sacrifice bunt for him to score Sanchez 3-1.
Well, that's obviously a trade the Cubs are willing to take. That's why they had the infield back. They wanted to trade that. Were willing to trade that run for an out. A little bit surprised they didn't throw one more breaking ball to Quintana in that sequence and just try to punch him out. But he was able to make contact. That allowed Sanchez to move to third. And Sox manufacture a run here in the 6th.
Ground ball right to Russell. Gets Saladino, and the inning comes to an end. Well, Father's Day was a couple of weeks ago, but baseball's about fathers and sons. Jeff Russell, Ranger Hall of Famer.
If you haven't been to Bruce's Furniture, you're in for a big surprise. Our inventory and showrooms are bigger than you think. We have 2 buildings, 4 floors, and over 20 years in business. Bruce's Furniture will also help in a big way with financing, layaway, delivery, and setup. Quality home furnishings from our family to yours. Bruce's Furniture across from the Call Ballroom in downtown Davenport.
Privacy, romance, luxurious, relaxation, possibilities, desire. Visit Sybaris.com for a virtual tour and receive a special discount offer. Paradise is just around the corner.
This Thursday.
I had no idea you two were engaged.
Dad, you tried to get the groom executed?
Family is the least of their problems.
Mr. Keller, you're under arrest.
The bachelor party.
Surprise again.
Beauty and the Beast.
Thursday at 7 on the Quad Cities CW.
remember every man, every single one.
Dates. Thursday at 8 on the Quad Cities CW.
On the next 2.5 Men.
Do any of you get up in the middle of the night to pee? Sometimes I don't even get up.
Welcome to Charlie's Celebrity Support Group.
Everything he does, I get blamed for. They find him tied to a street lamp in the middle of Wilshire Boulevard. It's my fault.
Now, Alan's here to spill his guts.
All I ever wanted was his approval, and all I ever got was my underwear yanked up to the base of my skull. Come here, buddy.
On 2.5 Men.
Monday at 9 in the Quad Cities CW.
3-1 Cubs lead. Slug your way to the Home Run Derby crown and master their free award-winning game. Millions are playing. Download MLB.com Home Run Derby free on the App Store and Google Play.
Great day to be outside here at the ballpark. Chris Bryant, the All-Star, 1 out of 2 RBI triple in a run in the first. Well, the Astros having a rough time here as of late, and they're in the 9th inning in Tampa Bay, trailing 4-3. Astros have lost 5 straight and 7 of 8. And they've got the Angels right on their heels. LA just a half game back in the American League West. They'll be in Seattle starting in about 20 minutes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Well, Bryant got Quintana the first time, and the last 2 times Quintana's been able to strike him out. Away, 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 and then a cutter under the hands to finish him off. Good job moving the ball east and west.
Breaking ball strike on Jorge Soler.
Yeah, you talked about the baseball kind of kicking into full gear midsummer with the All-Star game, and then the trade deadline, and more focus on the standings as we move into the second half of the season. Tougher to identify the buyers and the sellers too. The White Sox are a great example. A team that a week ago probably everybody was thought, well, they're going to be looking to move people for prospects. Now they've had this little surge. And they hold tight. Things have really tightened up in the American League East. Red Sox are playing good ball. They came in and played just 5.5 games behind the first place Yankees. Everybody else in that division 3.5 back of New York.
Borderline pitch. Soler not too happy with the call. Back-to-back Ks for Quintana. 8 on the afternoon.
This time it's the breaking pitch, kind of a slurvy breaking ball. Flowers helps to sell it a little bit. Mike Everett has had a fairly generous zone this afternoon.
All right, so Baseball Prospectus has the playoff odds. Take all this however you wish. The playoff percentage for the White Sox, what would you guess? I'll tell you the Cubs, 70.4.
White Sox,
the simulated season.
Single digits.
Yep.
Right.
6.3%.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's the disconnect, right? Because you spent a lot of money in the offseason, came into the season with high expectations. You tried to sell it to your fan base. We're going for it. You've played well, and the fans look at the standings and go, wait a minute, we're not out of it yet. So if you were to start to dump players, say you trade Samardzija, people are going to be very upset. But a general manager has to be a little more cold-blooded in his analysis and say, well, do we realistically have a chance? And what can I get in return for these assets that are going to set us up for the long run?
Was it 97, the white flag trade? Yep. Swing and a miss. He strikes out the side. Billy Williams coming up in the 7th.
I love coming to River Bandits games. I love eating popcorn and watching baseball. And all those crazy, funny acts. But mostly, I like to play in the bounce house and ride cool rides like the Ferris wheel and the dropping twist. And if I do my chores, my dad even lets me stay up late and watch the fireworks.
Dylan, you missed the spot there.
Well, at least I don't have to clean the bathroom.
The River Bandits at Modern Woodman Park,
Where the fun never stops.
Some of us see camping as one of life's greatest pleasures. From fishing to sleeping under the stars to hiking or even cooking outside. Using quality equipment makes sure every moment will be memorable and fun. At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we understand. That's why we offer a huge selection of camping gear from top brands like Sun Dolphin, Camp Chef, Igloo, Buck Knives, Coleman, Frog Togs, Leatherman, and more. So make the great outdoors even more enjoyable with genuine value you can depend on. From Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
This fall,
Josh Chan?
a new CW series.
Josh!
That's not about Josh.
Dude, we should hang out. I haven't seen Josh yet.
What's the deal with you and Josh?
It's not about looking for Josh.
Do you know where he went, though? Because I'd love to, like...
It's not about obsessing over Josh.
You are obsessed with him.
It's definitely not about moving cross-country for Josh.
I did not move here because of Josh, because that would be crazy, and I am not crazy.
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Series premiere this fall on the Quad Cities CW.
Viewer discretion advised. Stewie tastes the sweet life.
Lois, I'm about to drink my first soda. Better come stop me. That must be the sugar. Oh, God, that's good. Rupert, suddenly I want to run. Chase me. Oh, now I'm sad.
Next, Family Guy. Monday at 5:30 on the Quad Cities CW.